You're close to the start of the season. Where's this team at now compared to, say, a month ago? What have you seen the growth?
Well, I mean, I think anytime you bring in, five new guys, and then you still got some young players, along with four returning guys. There's a lot of growth to be had with your team. And I think from the outset of this journey with this group, we said we had to have a growth mindset every day to what we're trying to improve and get familiar with one another on the court every single day. I think just like any team, as they start a season, there are going to be a number of different things you have to continue to get better with each and every day. And I know for us, I think this group really likes being with each other, off the court, on the court, which is a big deal, because when you start talking about chemistry and guys, love being around one another, I think this group has the ingredients of that part of it. And I think they've grown, from the short time that we're talking about here within a month's frame. Now, when we talk about basketball, just like again any team, we got to get better with our transition defense early in the year, getting our defense set, understanding flow offense in terms of the ball's got to continue to move, it can't stick, and just again no different than anybody in the country right now in terms of what you have to get better with and playing defensive possessions all the way through the possession. Things again last year we had to get better at the same time last year.
Coach, is there any update on Dylan Masu and Caden Shedrick?
Caden Cedric has made a lot of progress over the last 4 weeks. He is in contact, in the half court, not as much in the full court right now, and he seems to be responding really well to that right now. Still don't have a timetable on when he's going to be cleared. Hopefully sooner than later. I know he's worked really hard to put himself back in pretty good position to have an opportunity a little earlier in the season than the Sioux. Again, we'll kind of keep it open-ended that way, but he's made a lot of strides and a lot of positive things are happening for him right now.
We spoke with Derek, and I just want to know what you saw out of him initially when you recruited him to UTEP, and then how he's grown since.
I thought I saw initially, and again in recruiting terms, a poor man's David Robinson, and he was a lefty, he was skinny, he was left-handed, he was 6'6", and he was a guy that wasn't getting a lot of attention but was extremely athletic. And a lot of times when you have a guy that's athletic like that, you're like, you know what, if he can just get a little bit of skill set and you can develop him a little bit, then you might have something. And look at him 3 years later. Now he's not 6'6", he's 6'8", he's 235. He's a grown man, and he's continued to get better each and every year.
Coach, when we spoke in Kansas City, you talked about wanting to see your team up against Colorado face good guard play and the length that their forwards possess. What was kind of your assessment coming out of that?
That was a great scrimmage for us. I mean, they're going to be a top 25 team, one of the best teams on the West Coast. And, for a better part of that scrimmage, you were talking about two teams that looked like they were already kind of in midseason form in a high-level game, a highly competitive game. They were super competitive. We were super competitive. And, we did some really good things in that scrimmage. And then, obviously, just like anything in any game, you're going to come back and you have things you have to continue to work on and get better with. And I think for us, we learned a lot about ourselves and more importantly, areas where we have to continue to improve.
Coach, during the offseason, what were some of the most memorable moments for you as you were putting this team together?
I think getting a chance to put together a really good staff. I think you're only going to be as good as the people you have around you. And I think for me, early in the offseason, that was a big emphasis, trying to find the right fit and the right people you want to have around you each and every day that's going to help you try to elevate this program and make it one where you're going to have a chance to compete for championships every year.
Do you think on-ball defense is something that is maybe a little bit of an area of concern, or how do you view that aspect of your team right now?
Not at all right now. I mean, if I base it on a team we just played this past weekend that's going to be really good in their league, we forced 19 turnovers, 22 points, and a lot of that was pressure out here. So, no, our little guards are pretty pesky, and they're pretty good defensively. Now, they've got to continue to stay in front of the basketball and not break our we can't let our pressure defense become their offense. and we pressured really hard the other day, and we played really hard against, really good players. I mean, first team all league, 2 first team all league players on that team, and they didn't like it. They didn't like the pressure. So, I think the thing now for us, Max is getting used to playing totally different than he played at Oral Roberts. He's a guy that we know can score the basketball, but we know he can defend and cause a lot of problems out here defensively as well and everything. Now it's a matter of him being able to do what he's done his whole life on the offensive end, still be able to have his legs to be able to make shots, and still be able to guard hard the way we've done from the start of this summer and into our scrimmage. But no, we had great ball pressure up the floor. We're going to be good and pesky up the floor.
You got St. Ed's coming in here Monday.
Yeah.
Your alma mater.
Yeah.
What did you learn? Like, what's the biggest thing you learned about basketball in your time at St. Ed's? And how much did that kind of help you figure out, well, I want to go into coaching, kind of start that path?
Well, I think anytime you embark on a college career, it goes to another level in terms of the work you have to put in. Everybody's been the best player on their high school team. That's what kids find out when they get to college. And, you have to continue to get better each and every year, and I know for myself as a young player going in, I played with an older team and had to learn how to play with older guys and gain valuable experience in that regards, and played for a good coach in Coach Pate that really instilled in us and how hard you had to work every single day, and nothing was going to be given to you. You had to earn everything that you got, and got a great education over at St. Edward's. Private school, nowhere to hide. In all your classes, you're taking real classes, and you gotta produce the work, and you gotta show how you got that work done, So got a well-rounded education there. Excited about the opportunity to compete against those guys. Coach Cook's done a great job building a really good program there. They will test us this coming week with our shooter defense, because they can really shoot the basketball. They will test us with back cuts really hard. We're going to have to do a great job of really trying to protect the paint and have some discipline about ourselves defensively, because they're really good offensively and everything. So it'll be a great test for us, and just a great opportunity for our community to come out and to support 2 really good institutions trying to get better early in the season.
How special is it, though, after you play them, you still get to go over there and speak out there, how big is that?
Yeah, again, a lot of pride in having had a chance to play here and compete at St. Edward's. A lot of my lifelong friends right now still live in Austin here, and we often get together, and I'm sure a lot of them will be at the game, watching the game on Monday as well. So I think just an opportunity again for us to get better. We respect every program we play all season long, but it's an opportunity for us to come in and continue to build our team and try to embark on a really good season.
I know over the summer you kind of wanted D-Mitch to focus on the rebounding more and being a real presence down low like that, but he's also been looking really good on the offensive end, how fluid he's been. Where is his ceiling, do you feel like, on that side of the ball?
You know what? I've asked him to get really lost playing really hard, and playing with a high motor, a lot of energy, just competing at a high level, And I think when you get lost in the game playing that way, I think offense comes really easy to you. Now when we ask you to run the floor, you can run the floor really hard and you may run into a dunk. You know what I mean? An offensive rebounds out of your area. You may rebound that rebound outside your area and you may get a stick back dunk. I think all of that high motor, high energy play, I think carries over on the other end of the floor. And I think it also, gives a lot of confidence to our guys as well. He's learning to be a consistent player. When you're a young player, that's what you strive to try to attain, being consistent every single day. And when you do, you're going to trend in an incredible direction. And he's doing that right now at a high level for us. We're letting him rebound the ball, give him a carrot to go rebound the basketball. And he can initiate offense up the floor for us as well. He's coming down the floor under control, looking for shooters in transition. And he'll be able to do that for us this year, a lot like Timmy Allen did for us a year ago as well. But I think just getting lost in the game, playing really hard is what we've asked him to do every single day, every possession. And I think as a result of that, you'll see him drive into the paint, pull up with the two-foot play, and feel confident doing it, knocking it down.
And I was talking to Kendall and Z just now, and I asked them what the takeaway from the said the same that you said, transition defense. So why was that kind of the message out of that scrimmage? And do you think that's just more conditioning, or where do you think that's coming from?
Well, we play a Colorado team. You know, Tad's teams have always been really good offensively. So you're playing an offensive team that really wants to score, and they're going to put pressure on you in the half court. They're going to put pressure on you in transition. And again, early in the year, you know, 95% of teams in college basketball struggle with transition defense. It's getting back, stopping the ball, okay, keeping guys out of the paint. You know, a lot of times, you know, we'll use some football language from time to time. We need to have a helmet on a helmet. Right? When we get back, a helmet needs to be on a helmet, right? So we got to get back. We got to stop that ball. We got to sit down and really load our defense and set our defense. And they challenged us the other day to do that because they had guards that really pushed the ball up the floor, and they could go coast to coast, or they could put pressure on the basket to get into your teeth to the defense and kick out for threes. And so that was really good for us. It was good for us that we saw that live in games. And so, you know, again, like I came back with our guys and said to them, you know, 8 minutes into the game, it's winning time. You know, we're right where we need to be in terms of winning the game. We're up. Now we got to be able to close out the game. And, you know, I thought, again, we gave up too much in transition, though. So to answer your question, Corey, you know, we've got to get back, set our defense, and we can't let those guys score in transition, whether it be threes or to the paint. But nothing we can't fix, you know. And that's when we got back. I said, guys, all the things and the issues we had in the scrimmage, we can come back and we can fix everything, you know. And it's going to be about your mindset really wanting to do it.
Coach, having brought in several transfers, what's the adjustment as far as guys just getting used to playing with each other? How is that, you know, kind of coming along?
Well, again, I think anytime you bring in 5 new guys, the one thing you're fighting is time, and time with those guys on the floor. Time with those guys off the floor, you know, just again getting those guys acclimated to one another, trusting one another, more importantly, really understanding and binding on what each guy's role is, you know. And I think, you know, our staff's done a really good job of really trying to hone in the guys right now and keeping it really simple for them, though, in terms of, you know, giving them 3 things right now that they can do to help our team, you know, be successful. Your role may start one way by the start of the year, it may be totally different by the end of the year in terms of the work that you put in. But that's where we are right now, defining roles, getting guys comfortable with one another, getting familiar with where guys can be successful on the floor, offensively, defensively, and just really knowing your teammates and trusting them.
Coach, that Colorado road trip, the scrimmage, was the first road trip as a new group. With most of this season's non-conference games, the big ones at least, being on the road, how important is it for this group to gel early?
It was a good trip for us. I mean, it was a short trip in terms of the travel and getting over and playing on someone else's home court. We needed that. And playing against a team that we know is going to have a chance to be really good this season was a great challenge for us. I thought the preparation and learning what that's all about, you know, because we're a big preparation, you know, program in terms of, you know, being prepared when we take the floor in terms of, you know, offensive game plan, defensive game plan. You know, you're getting a chance to do that. Guys are getting a chance to stay in a hotel. They're having to trust the process in terms of the way we do things. You know, all that shifts now back to home, but similar type of format. You still have to understand the game plan, offensively, defensively. Understand when we do a walkthrough, how important a walkthrough is in terms of preparation, offensively, defensively. So it just gets guys in game mode. And we were able to get into a really good game mode this weekend, traveling over and doing what we got a chance to do.
What are you going to need from Zarek, especially with the big man missing early in the season?
Well, I think, again, you know, there's always a silver lining in everything. You know, for us, you know, we don't have our big guys, you know, right off the bat. We get a chance to play small ball, and, you know, Zarek being one of our bigger guys to start the year gets an incredible opportunity to come in and be an impact early on both ends of the floor for us. You know, I think it's great for him. He's had a chance to play, you know, 2 really good years in college where he actually really played. You know, he's stepping up another level right now, but I think he's more than prepared for that opportunity, you know, and he should be a guy that gives us a lot what Christian Bishop gave us last year: energy, activity, some physicality, and you know, rebounding his position for us.
Terry, go ahead. Coach, did you notice any difference between the end of last season when you became the official head coach of the University of Texas till now? Was there any change from last season?
Well, Terry, that's a great question. I think again, I've been at Texas now. This is my 12th year, and I don't think the expectations have changed whether I was a head coach or assistant coach. And that's always been to try to win at the highest level, and compete at the highest level. Have your team prepared to compete at the highest level. And, again, I said it earlier, you're only as good as the people you have around you. We're not going to ask one coach to go into a game and help us win the game individually. We're not going to ask one player to go in and win a game for us individually. So collectively as a team, collectively as an organization, I think we've all been on the same page, and I think we're excited about a new journey this season.
One last one, Coach. After this summer of you had a little rock star tour, shaking hands with everybody, going to recruits' houses. Does it kind of feel good to finally just focus on basketball now, this time of day?
Well, it all comes with the territory. It's what you signed up for, and you embrace all aspects of what you do, and hopefully you're excited about each of those components. You're excited about recruiting, high-level guys that you think could come in and take your program to another level. You're excited about working with your guys when you get a chance to work with your guys on the floor and get them better every single day. Embrace developing relationships in this community with influential people that do a great job supporting our program. Engaging with Longhorn Nation, okay, and thanking them for their support, getting behind us and staying behind us even when things are tough and we have to stay the course. That's what you signed up for, and I embrace that. I live for it every day, and I'm blessed to be the coach here at the University of Texas.
Thanks all.
Thank you.